Every year, millions of hardworking Americans leave money and peace of mind on the table. How? By not taking the vacation days they've already earned. In 2023 alone, American workers left more than 768 million days of paid time off unused. That's not just a missed beach trip. That's a national burnout epidemic, and we need to talk about it. We're not machines. We're human beings. And human beings need rest. Full stop type rest. The other day at work, I had a member of my team come up to me and ask if he could make a request. He said he has 2 weeks of PTO remaining for the year. 1 week is already planned, and he wanted to see if the company would cash out his 2nd week, so he didn't have to take it. I went to HR and spoke with them, and their answer was no. I went back out on the floor and let this team member know of the response. He was genuinely disappointed. He told me that now he would have to look at the calendar and see when he could work in a week to take PTO. Think about that. He had to work in PTO. This request wasn't about money. It was about this person's desire to stay at work rather than be at home or on vacation with his wife and children. This request really got me thinking about how we, as Americans, work. What work means to us, and what our employers expect from us. What do other countries' PTO policies look like? What are we as Americans doing wrong when it comes to time off? That is the genesis of this video. PTO isn't a perk for the privileged few. It's not a nice to have. It's part of your compensation package, just like your salary or your health benefits. Not using your PTO is like giving your company free labor. You earned that time, and more importantly, you need that time. Believe it or not, there are still companies out there in America that only give 1 week of vacation time your first year or two. Companies like that are setting you up to be overworked right from the jump. Unfortunately, American work culture often glorifies being overworked, which is insane. We confuse exhaustion with dedication and hustle with heroism. But there's nothing heroic about running on empty and running yourself into the ground. When you push yourself to keep grinding day after day without pause, your mental performance suffers. Why? Because of a simple, evidence-based principle called cognitive load theory. This theory, widely accepted in psychology, explains that our brains have a limited capacity for handling information and problem solving. When that capacity is maxed out, learning, memory, and decision-making all break down. In other words, too much input and not enough rest equals declining performance and rising stress. Taking time off relieves that mental overload. It gives your brain space to recover and recharge, regain focus and clarity, rebuild emotional resilience, reconnect with creativity. It's not slacking. It's strategic. As psychologist Dr. Emma Seppala notes, downtime is essential to mental processes that affirm our identities, develop our understanding of human behavior, and instill an internal code of ethics. I work in a factory that has many machines that require your constant vigilance in order to stay safe. If you are mentally or physically tired or distracted because you've been pushing yourself, you might make a mistake and sustain an injury. That injury might have been prevented if you were alert, rested, and recharged. Let's be honest, America lags behind almost every developed nation when it comes to vacation protections. Workers in France are guaranteed 25 vacation days, plus 11 paid holidays for a total of 36 days off in a year. Germany has 20 guaranteed vacation days and 13 paid holidays for a total of 33 days. Australia has 20 and 10 for a total of 30. The United Kingdom has 20 and 8 for 28. But the United States, we have 0. There is no federal mandate that any American worker gets time off. It is left solely to the discretion of the employer. We're the only developed country without federally mandated paid vacation. The US is the only advanced economy where workers have no legal right to paid vacation, which contributes directly to our burnout crisis and mental health struggles. This isn't a small issue. It's a cultural blind spot. one that's costing us dearly in stress, relationships, and even performance at work. What happens when we don't take time off? Burnout becomes the norm. Burnout is now officially recognized by the World Health Organization. Mental health suffers, leading to anxiety, depression, and emotional fatigue. Does your company have an EAP, Employee Assistance Program? They exist to help workers cope with anxiety, depression, and emotional fatigue, which was likely caused in part by the job they are doing. Irony, anyone? Your company breaks you and then offers you a free resource to help you cope with the damage they have done and continue to do. Lots of bad stuff happens when you don't take PTO. Your physical health declines, with higher risk of heart disease, insomnia, and weakened immunity. Productivity drops, even when it feels like you're working harder. Ironically, skipping vacations can hurt your career. A study from Project Time Off found that American workers who used all or most of their vacation days had a 6.5% higher chance of receiving a raise or promotion compared to colleagues who let 11 or more days go unused. That is a powerful piece of information. Why don't we take that PTO? Let's look at some of the excuses. Let's tackle the mental roadblocks that keep you from booking that time off. 1. I'll fall behind. Truth. With a little planning and communication, you won't. And even if you do have to catch up, you'll be better equipped to handle it with a rested mind. My team can't function without me. Truth. What a load of nonsense. Do you really think your team will cease to function while you are away? That's ego talking, pure and simple. Empower your team members. Delegate. Trust your systems, trust your team. You'll be surprised how well things run when you let go. I don't have the money for a big trip. Truth. You don't need a 5-star resort. A staycation, a day hike, or a digital detox weekend can provide the same rejuvenation benefits. You don't need to take a 10-day trip to Europe. While that may be fantastic, a few 3 or 4 day weekends with short day trips or overnights sprinkled in throughout the year will do wonders for your mental and physical health. 4. I feel guilty leaving my coworkers with extra work. Truth. Again, I will call nonsense. This is why you have a team, to spread around work. You're not being selfish, you're being smart. Everyone benefits when each team member takes time to reset. My boss doesn't really encourage it. Truth. I have lived this one. I had a boss that would always want to talk about the timing and length of my PTO requests. He even denied a couple due to business needs. The company used to block out certain days and weeks of the year as blackout weeks, when no one could take time off. They were always at the end of the year, so we as managers were always jockeying for the same weeks off during the year. I learned to not even try after the first year. If you are in a similar situation, you need to plan to ensure you get the time off you need and deserve. It is your time off. Push to use it. You may need to advocate for yourself, and we'll get to how to do in a moment. First, let's talk success stories. Companies that get it. Salesforce, Netflix, and LinkedIn offer generous or unlimited PTO policies and consistently rank among the best places to work. Full Contact, a tech company in Colorado, gives employees a $7,500 bonus to unplug completely for vacation. The only rules? No emails, no work calls, no Slack, just rest. The result? Higher retention, better ideas, stronger culture. Would a program like this have an impact at your company? It's not rocket science. Well-rested people do better work. Don't just think about taking a vacation. Take one. Here's how to start. Book time off in advance. Treat it like an unmissable appointment. Schedule around work peaks. Time your breaks after big projects or busy seasons. Delegate and document. Hand off tasks and leave clear notes. You'll stress less while you're away. You are not indispensable at work. Your team, your company, they will continue forward while you are off. Truly unplug. Use an out-of-office reply. Mute notifications. Protect your time. In my out-of-office email message, I put, "I am out of the office and will return on date. I will have no access to company email. Your message will be replied to when I return." Set the expectation up front. Sure, your inbox will be overstuffed when you return, but it doesn't matter. You are worth it. Don't overschedule your break. Leave room to actually rest. And most importantly, remember you've earned it. You don't need permission to rest. Struggling about talking to your boss about taking time off? Everyone's employment situation is different. Only you know your boss and work climate. Use what follows as a guide and custom tailor it to your situation. Here's a script you can adapt. I've noticed I'm not as sharp lately, and I know that rest helps me stay effective. I'd like to take a few days off soon so I can come back more focused. I'll make sure coverage is in place before I go. Follow that up with specific days or a specific range so your boss has something to look at on his calendar. Tie your request to performance and preparation, not guilt. Final word, take the time. If you're waiting for the perfect time to take a vacation, this is it. Not next month, not once things calm down. Now. Use your PTO. Reclaim your energy. Protect your peace. You won't regret the time away, but you will regret not taking it. Almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. Anne Lamott. Rest is not idleness. It is a way of refueling the soul. Dale Carnegie. When we rest, we restore. Ariana Huffington.